Matter of point of view. Salesmen can learn points of selling techniques and memorize ways to overcome objections, but without the understanding that a selling situation is primarily a human situation, sales techniques lose much of their effectiveness. Too often a sale is lost today because this matter of human relationship is forgotten or overlooked. It is to remind all of us that successful selling is always done on the human level of mutual interest and understanding that this picture has been developed.
Thank you very much. I beg your pardon. I represent a national opinion poll. We're making a survey.
Well, how do you do? I've been waiting for years for one of you folks to get around to me. Now, frankly, I think the...
Sorry, but this survey is on customer buying. We want to find out why the average American customer has changed so much in recent years.
Well, I didn't know we had.
Oh, yes, when it comes to major items anyway. Everybody knows that.
I didn't.
But you certainly don't buy the same way today as you did, well, as you did 8 years ago, do you?
Well, no. You're right about that.
Now, if you just tell me why you've changed, I'd be very glad to.
But, well, I'll try.
Thank you.
Well, now, first, let me tell you what happened to me when I went out to buy 8 years ago. For example, I'll tell you about the time I wanted to buy a water softener. And the chap who tried to sell me the water softener must have had a hard head.
You know something, mister? You're luckier than a hoot owl.
I am?
Yes. Last one we got left.
Oh, well, would it be too much trouble to see it?
No, not at all. Here. Here's what the old tomato looks like.
Oh. Well, how much water does it take to flush the tank on this size unit?
No, not much, I'd say. Probably tells you all about it somewhere here in the folder.
Uh-huh. Well, will I be able to bypass my outside water tap?
Oh, sure. Well, that is, I guess you would. Tell you what you do. You ask the man that installs it. By golly, he should know.
You should? Yes, sir. That fella fooled me all right. For a while, I thought he knew more about his product than I did. And I didn't know one end of a water softener from another.
Yes, well, now more to the point.
Oh, yes. Then, there was the time I tried to buy a lawnmower.
There you are. Hope you realize what a lucky break you're getting.
Yeah. I looked all over town, but I didn't see anything like this. Are you sure it's a good mower?
Mister, all you gotta do is look at those steel blades, sharp as razor.
Mm-hmm. Well, what kind of a guarantee do I get with it?
Guarantee?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do, pal? Hurt my feelings?
Well, you can give me service on it, can't you?
Well, I suppose. At least for as long as I'm around here.
"8 years ago, it's amazing how many dealers and salesmen didn't stay around. Then there's the time I wanted to buy a refrigerator.
Look, Mac, what's it worth to you?
You mean, am I looking for a discount?
Discount? Look, there are mighty few of these babies around town. Mighty few, Mac. You get it? You can't touch one for less than $100 over list.
$100? Over the list?
That's the picture, Mac. Take it or leave it.
Back then, you had to be willing to bid high, or you did without.
But of course, it's different today.
Oh? Well, let me tell you about a salesman I was talking to a couple of weeks ago.
And that's the whole story of our latest model. 22 brand new features. 20 of them exclusive, too.
Oh, hey, here's a mighty funny television program. Do you ever watch it?
No.
Well, why not?
Well, you see, I don't have a television set at home.
Oh. You were telling me about some special features in this set.
Oh, yes. As I was saying, this is our latest model. 22 special features, 20 of them exclusive.
Well, I don't see what good the special features will do me.
That's nothing hard to understand. Like I say, this new beamer ray screens out all static, except in certain areas, of course.
Well, you see, in my living room...
Oh, yes. You get installation and maintenance by a national organization of factory-trained experts. I wanted to get that in.
Yeah.
Now, sir, you were saying...
I say we have a problem at home. The sound sort of bounces.
Well, you won't bounce.
Yeah?
That's the latest thing in hi-fi.
Hi-fi?
Yes.
Chinese set, I bet. No. Today I still run into, begging your pardon, lousy salesmen.
Well, what was wrong with him? He seemed to know what he was talking about.
But he never did explain just what good those features are to me. Then there's another kind. The dealer with the questionable reputation. Take the sweater I was trying to buy as a birthday present for my wife.
I'm sorry, but in this survey, we're only interested in major items.
Well, my dear young lady, to me, a woman's sweater is a major item. But all right, take the problem of price. Now, just last week, I was looking for some power tools. I walked into a drugstore.
Yes, sir. These quarter-inch drills are the most popular power tool in America today. And I can give you a good price on one, too.
Yeah, I know, but I need something I can use as a saw, I think.
Saw, bore, burnish, plane, sharpen, shear, grip, cut, buff, polish, sharpen, stir, anything, sir. And you can't get a lower figure than ours anywhere.
Well, you see, I plan on putting a slatted roof on a kind of a patio.
Tell you what, make it a deal right now, and we'll throw in a couple of carpenter's aprons with your name on as a bonus. Well, what do you say?
Yeah, well, first, I better go and measure and see if the slots fit the slats. Like. You see what I mean? He was trying to sell his product to me on the basis of price alone.
Well, don't tell me that isn't important.
Well, of course it is, but I couldn't see exactly how his product could help me with the roof over my patio.
Well, then you didn't buy one.
No, ma'am. I'm still shopping around.
Then you have changed. 8 years ago, you wouldn't have shopped around.
Because I couldn't. But today, times have changed. Conditions have changed. Today, I don't have to put up with the salesman who doesn't know his product. Or the salesman who thinks more of price than he does of my interests. Or the salesman who doesn't seem likely to be in business come the time I need his help or service. Don't you see? It used to be take it or leave it. I certainly don't have to take it anymore. Everybody's got good products today, and a lot of them. Yes, today I can shop around. Not that I particularly want to.
Well, then why do you do it?
Because I look upon buying as a very personal matter, and I like to deal with a salesman who'll see it that way, too.
How do you mean?
Well, now I had one come over to see me the other day. He seemed to be the type of fellow in whom you could have some confidence. He was clean-shaven.
Yes, Mr. Huber. This is an exceptionally clean, reconditioned car and very low mileage. I drove it over so you could see for yourself how well it meets your particular needs.
My needs, you say?
Yes, sir. For example, you have 3 children?
That's right.
Then you need a car that will offer a lot of extra room and plenty of trunk space, too. Comes in handy when you're traveling with a family.
Yeah, of course.
You do a lot of city driving, too, don't you?
That's right.
Well, this car is especially easy on the gas and stop-and-go kind of driving.
You know, that's interesting.
I imagine Mrs. Huber uses the car for weekend shopping?
Yes, she does. When it's running.
Well, I'd like her to drive this car. See how easy it is to handle. How unusually easy it is to get in and out of parking spots. Especially those tight ones over at the shopping center.
You know, that's a good idea.
Incidentally, you mentioned you were in the mood, perhaps in the market in a year or so, to buy a new car.
Huh?
You want to be sure the car you buy has a good trade-in value at the time.
Now, do you see the kind of salesman I want? I want the kind who starts shopping for me before I start shopping for him. I want the friendly kind, the fellow who'll put himself in my place, who carefully considers the things I need, what my interests are. I want the kind of fellow who knows his product and knows why it's good for me. I want to buy from a man I can believe and trust, a man who has an interest in me before and after I sign an order. Now, I don't shop around so much today because I'm looking for the right product or the right price. I'm looking for the right salesman. And I've always looked for him. Now, I know times have changed and conditions have changed and maybe even some of my buying habits have changed. But in this respect, I've never changed.
Henry! Henry Hilbert!
Cousin Harriet!
Well, for goodness sake, Henry Hilbert. Here, let me take a good look at you. Yes, indeedy. I haven't seen you for years, but I declare you haven't changed a bit.